What did you watch on your favorite OTT platform this weekend? A web series, movie, or a show? Regardless, chances are you must have seen or heard about this latest web series on Netflix, IC-814, The Kandahar Hijack. It's an Indian web series based on the 1999 hijack of an Indian Airlines flight. The flight from Kathmandu to Delhi with 150-odd passengers on board was hijacked by 5 terrorists. This 6-part web series is made by director Anubhav Sinha. Now, the series, which came out last Thursday, has become a hot topic on social media. Hashtag Boycott IC-814 and hashtag Boycott Netflix is trending on Twitter. Several people online say this series offends public sentiment, distorts facts, and whitewashes terrorism. The ruling BJP too has slammed the series for using Hindu names for Muslim hijackers, as opposition MPs have hit back. Reports say the Modi government has even summoned the Netflix's content head in India to give an explanation. So what really is the story here? Hello and welcome, I'm Shubham Chohan. Let's get started. So like I said, IC-814, The Kandahar Hijack, released on Netflix last week. Starring Vijay Verma, Nasiruddin Shah, Pankaj Kapoor, Manoj Pawar, the series talks about the 1999 plane hijack by terrorists, also known as the longest hijack in India's aviation history. The series is also an adaptation of the book titled Flight into Fear by Captain Devi Sharan and Srinjoy Chaudhary. Before getting into what's happening now, here's a quick brief on what actually happened 2.5 decades back. On 24 December 1999, Indian Airlines IC-814 took off from Kathmandu's Tribhuvan International Airport. The plane was scheduled to go to Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport. About 45 minutes after takeoff, 5 terrorists took control of the flight and hijacked it. Captain Devi Sharan, who was the pilot, was forced by the terrorists to take the plane to several places. The terrorists demanded that the aircraft be first flown to Lahore in Pakistan. But when the permission was denied, the aircraft first managed to land in Amritsar to refuel. Then, indecision and a lack of communication between Delhi and Amritsar meant that the flight left Amritsar without refueling. Punjab Police's armed personnel were ready to attack the flight but did not get an approval from New Delhi. From Amritsar, the flight went to Pakistan's Lahore and then to Dubai. There in Dubai, 27 passengers were released, including one hostage who was killed by the terrorists. IC-814 eventually went to Kandahar in Taliban-ruled Afghanistan, where it remained stranded for the next few days. The terrorists demanded the release of 3 high-profile terrorists by the Indian government: Maulana Masood Azhar, Ahmad Omar Saeed Sheikh, and Mushtaq Ahmad Zargar, terrorists who would later go on to be the mastermind of some of the deadly terrorist attacks in India. After a lot of discussions, deliberations and negotiations, New Delhi released the 3 terrorists and the hijack ended with the terrorists' passenger swap on 31st December 1999. This incident is what the series attempts to show on screen with the help of some archive footages and context at various points. This incident left a deep scar on passengers and even India's aviation history for years to come. In fact, questions were raised on the Vajpayee government at the time, like what was the intelligence doing? Wasn't the government made aware about such a thing that could possibly happen? Why wasn't the aircraft stopped at Amritsar? Why wasn't the aircraft stopped at Amritsar itself? Where was the lapse? What took 7 days for this thing to end? Then External Affairs Minister Jaswant Singh even personally escorted the terrorists to Kandahar. That too is seen as a controversial move till date. Now, many have slammed the makers for deliberately using Hindu names for some terrorists and even humanizing them. The 5 men who hijacked the aircraft were Ibrahim Athar, Shahid Akhtar Saeed, Sunny Ahmed Qazi, Mistri Zahur Ibrahim, and Shakir. However, the series uses Hindu names like Shankar and Bhola and names such as Chief, Doctor, and Burger. BJP IT Cell chief Amit Malviya tweeted, and I quote, "Filmmaker Anubhav Sinha legitimized their criminal intent by furthering their non-Muslim names. Result, decades later, people will think Hindus hijacked IC-814. Many have called to boycott the series and Netflix too, which is the streaming platform. Now have a look at this statement by the Indian government in 2000. And I'm quoting here, "To the passengers of the hijack place, these hijackers came to be known respectively as Chief, Doctor, Burger, Bhola, and Shankar, the names by which the hijackers invariably address one another." So basically, Bhola and Shankar weren't the actual names of the terrorists or made up by the filmmaker. So what is the outrage really all about? The series on its part is clear. It has a disclaimer at the beginning saying it is a work of fiction and certain dramatic liberties have been taken to dramatize certain events. But the Modi government doesn't seem to be too happy and it wants an explanation. The content head of Netflix India has been summoned by the INB ministry tomorrow. Sources in a News 18 report have been quoted as saying, the portrayal of events during the hijacking of Indian Airlines flight IC-814 from Kathmandu to Kandahar in a recent OTT series is far from the truth. The script and characterization of actors in the series is an attempt to erase facts and replace them with fiction to normalize a crime against the nation masterminded and facilitated by Pakistan's ISI. Officials have also been quoted in reports saying the sentiments of Indian audience needs to be respected. Now the question is, whose sentiments? Who decides really what is offensive or hurtful? And that question has frequently sparked debates, and it is even more so in recent times. From an orange bikini worn by an actress in a film to history, movie titles, and even politics. Several objections, including legal cases, vandalism, and sometimes even a delay in census certificate, has acted as hindrance. The most recent example being this one, Emergency. This film stars Kangana Ranaut and was slated for release for the 6th of September. Yes, and also the BJP MP from Mandi, whose bizarre remarks have made headlines frequently. That film too is yet to get a census certificate. The Sikh community has said that their portrayal in the film is incorrect. The case went to the Madhya Pradesh High Court on Monday the 2nd of September. At the time of recording this video, the High Court has sought a response from the censor board. Now the point here is not to defend any specific film's content, but a larger one. While criticism should always be welcome, should movies or series be banned or pulled down before or after the release? In fact, in conclusion, I would like you to have a look at this video. This is what the Calcutta High Court Chief Justice had to say when a matter relating to the ban of a movie came up. Listen in.
May I first, my lord, show your lordship, my lord, certain photographs?
No, I think, Mr. Land Senior Counsel, there are certain other decisions of the Honorable Supreme Court where cases were filed to ban a book, to ban a movie, to ban a drama, a skit. And if my memory is right, the courts have held that if it is up to you, you want to watch the movie, you watch the movie. You don't watch. You want to read the book, you can read. You don't want to read the book, you don't read. Nobody is compelling you to watch the movie or read the book. And I think I was...
I bow down. I bow down. My lord, with my lord, only my lord, this my lord, small my lord, caveat, if your lordship will permit me to indicate.
Sir, we are in a democratic setup.
Yes,
we are in a democratic setup.
I am
and any healthy criticism by way of a biopic,
I bow down.
I don't know.
I bow down. My lord, any healthy criticism, my lord, is always welcome.
But then if suppose X, Y, and Z who are said to have been criticized in the movie, they are aggrieved, let them come. Who is this person? Suddenly a public interest litigation.
That's all we have for this video. Do comment and let us know what you think of this story. Thanks for watching and subscribe to HW News English for more such videos.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.